Yo, boys and boy girls, let's get into it. A little different microphone setup today. Tell me if you like it better or worse in the comments. That's all I'm gonna ask for you guys. Don't like and subscribe at the beginning, you fucking sheep. When a YouTuber asks you to do that shit, fucking don't. Wait until the end of the video, see if you actually liked it or not. Today, I'm gonna be talking about a couple of things. First things first, I am far from a virgin when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege. Real sex, definitely a virgin though, Lamau. But Rainbow Six Siege, I have over 3,000 hours in. And I was playing Modern Warfare in Rainbow Six Siege this week, and I came to the conclusion that if you enjoy playing Modern Warfare as multiplayer, you should just go play Rainbow Six. It's a better, more balanced game, and even though Ubisoft doesn't know how to listen to a competitive community, it doesn't matter to you because you're a Modern Warfare player, you're not competitive. You like skill equalized bullshit with short time to kills and long games, and Rainbow Six Siege just does it better. There is more balance in the gun variety, there is better time to kill between weapons, everything has a one-shot headshot compared to that M4 two-shot headshotting you, and the X16 16 headshotting you. There's a lot more balance in this game, and I think that with the right hands, it can be a very interesting game, and that speaks for itself a lot more than Modern Warfare does on a very one-dimensional level. From just looking at each of the games, Rainbow Six Siege is better. While it has fewer modes that are much more fleshed out and much more well developed, the graphics are still awesome. And if you're playing Modern Warfare, I really do think you should go give Siege a try. Far better game overall. And while Siege definitely does have problems, most of them stemming from their developer Ubisoft, it is definitely a better game for Modern Warfare. Speaking of Siege, that's the gameplay you're going to be seeing in the background. Since I have around 3,000 hours in the game, I have quite a few aces and 4Ks. These are just some attacking aces and 4Ks I have for you guys. Next video will be some different gameplays, maybe some Infinite Warfare, maybe some defensive gameplay. We'll see what you guys like. If you have a preference, hit me up with it in the comments below. And I really hope you guys stay for the rest of the discussion, because I would just like to talk to you guys about why Rainbow Six Siege, compared to Modern Warfare, is just a better game. Let's start with pretty much the weakest full auto and strongest full auto gun in Rainbow Six Siege, the F2 compared to the UMP45. The F2, even after suffering several nerfs, is still a very strong weapon. The UMP45, I believe, has been buffed twice since launch. The F2 has been nerfed recently, but still has some of the best DPS, best range, best recoil for any gun in the game. High fire rate, high damage, medium recoil, extremely strong weapon with a 26-round magazine. UMP45, Defender submachine gun compared to the Attacker assault rifle of the F2. You'll find the UMP45 on Castle and Pulse compared to the F2 on Twitch. Castle and Pulse get a slow fire rate, mediocre damage submachine gun. Fires 45 ACP out of the UMP build of submachine gun. This just doesn't compare to the F2. Even though the ammo counts are similar, the UMP is worse in every way. Yet you can still beat the F2, I'd say 80% of the time, if you're the better player. And that's just with the UMP. That's not utilizing the different covers and destructible fucking areas around you, or your C4, or your impact grenades if you're Castle, compared to Pulse, on top of Pulse having that scanner, and Castle having those barricades that Twitch will struggle to get through. There's a lot that these characters have to be able to interact with each other. Siege has a very interesting web of reactionary components that are based upon the operators. Each character has a special ability. Think of them as a specialist in Black Ops 4. And none of them are perfectly alike. And when you don't have things that are perfectly alike, you make the gameplay fresh. And even if something isn't as good as another thing, let's say that Castle isn't as good as Pulse, he still has his place. When you're defending Geisha on Skyscraper, you always want to have a castle. Gassel sounds like a Jewish kid's name, but when you're defending Geisha on Skyscraper, you always want to have a castle in order to prevent those attackers from being able to openly crossfire you through those windows. Castle's special ability, if you are unaware, is extra reinforced barricades compared to the regular barricades that other characters can put down. Pulse's ability is a heartbeat scanner, so he can wall hack you and fucking blow you up with a fucking C4. And these are very different kinds of strengths, but strengths that complement each other well, not necessarily together, but in overall team composition. And that is what Siege has done so beautifully. Modern Warfare has taken that base idea and shit upon it. Let's have that fast time to kill, but with unbalanced weapons and no cohesion between our different operators. All they do is we can kill campers different, but they're still more likely to kill us because of the dogshit weapon and claymore balancing, on top of being able to spawn extra equipment out of your asshole. Face it, Modern Warfare isn't realistic. Modern Warfare is dog shit. If you wanted to play a realistic game, you'd be playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I'll still drop shot your ass into 2030, fag boy. Just because you're not as good as me doesn't mean you can hide under realism. Realism is something that complements both good and bad players. The one-shot headshot mechanic, I'm not going to show the clip in this game, because, not in this video. I'm going to save that for a different video about skill-based matchmaking. But I have a clip where I get hipfire headshotted across the map by a player in Rainbow Six Siege. But I also have a clip where I get 5 headshots to save my team while I'm at 1 HP to clutch the final round in a ranked game. The one-shot headshot mechanic can be abused by both good and bad players to differing results. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. It's a much more artistically developed version of balancing good and bad players than, let's say, the specialist system is in Black Ops 4, where good players can get 8 kills at the beginning of the round, get their specialist weapon to get another 12 kills, but little Timmy can wait the entire game, get his grav slam, and kill the entire enemy team on accident, which is extremely frustrating for both parties. The one-shot headshot mechanic is a little bit frustrating for all parties, but is also widely considered to be quite fair. And fairness is not something that's often considered in video games, but when video games are being played for extended periods of time and have large pro league scenes, you need to have some level of fairness and weapon variety. One thing that was an issue with Black Ops 4 pro league scene is people used 3 guns because the RK7 was banned. RK7 fucking slaps though. Hashtag RK gang. People would use Maddox, SOG, and Paladin. Paladin, instant one shot, easy, fast time to kill. SOG, really reliable close range, rapes close range. Maddox, all around great weapon with extra large FOV because of quick draw 2, great mobility with stock, high fire rate, large magazine. Maddox is a great weapon. SOG is a great weapon. Paladin is a great weapon. Mozu is a good secondary, it kills quickly, but there is no reason to use anything else, and that's the issue. In Rainbow Six Siege, you could be like, oh shit, why don't I use Ash? She has a great assault rifle, she moves fast as fuck. Well, she doesn't have a high zoom sight, so you can't contest the heavier operators on defense. She also doesn't have hard breaching potential, so you need to bring a Thermite. Well shit, if I'm gonna bring a Thermite, why am I not gonna bring a Thatcher? Thermite and Thatcher work together in order to get rid of the defenses on reinforced or strengthened walls, and Thermite placing his charges down to blow those up compared to the regular wooden walls that defenders have, which Ash is really good at destroying. And if you're like, shit, I'll just bring Ash for vertical play, so I'll shoot up the floor below them, and I'll shoot them from there. Well, you're a squishier target, you have less armor, why don't you just bring Buck, who's better at that, has lost his frag grenades because Ubisoft is on crack, and also has a better chance of being able to get those enemies due to his less squishy nature being a 2-speed 2 armor. Meaning he has a little bit more health than Ash, but he also has a bigger hitbox and he can't move as fast, which is a very fair balance in the long run. And Ubisoft, up until recently, has done a generally great job balancing these things. And even though their recent patches have been somewhat, there's no other way to say this, but fucking retarded, I think that Modern Warfare players would really enjoy the game, because even though it's going to shit with anyone for an IQ over room temperature, it's still fun to play in custom games. It's still fun to play with your friends. It may be buggy as hell and have dog shit hit detection, but so does Modern Warfare, and it's vastly more popular. And if you're like Battle Royale, go play PUBG, faster time to kill. It's also just as slow, if not slower, if that's what you're looking for. It's just a better game all around. On Xbox, it's buggy as shit, but you might like that. You're a Modern Warfare cocksucker. We all know you're not good anyway. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Leave me a fucking thumbs up if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Leave me a comment if you have any idea for a video that you want to be prioritized in the future. Hit me up on Instagram at DireClaw if you need anything. Peace out, boys. Have a great day.